All right, now we get to some newer stuff for you guys where we're going to compose functions. So example 4, let f of x equal x squared, let g of x equal x plus 1. Investigate what happens when you apply the rule for g and then the rule for f to a number or variable. So here's what it looks like when you compose functions. Find the value of this right here. So how we say this is f of g of 3. So this is f of g of 3. When we evaluate f of g of 3, and we're able to evaluate it because we have a number right here, a 3, versus an x. We will see an example, oh, look at that down here, where it's just an x below, and we'll go over how to do that. So the first thing that we're going to do is you start kind of on the inside. We want to figure out what is g of 3. So we're going to evaluate g of 3. That means we plug in a 3 for the x of our g function. So our g function is x plus 1. So instead of the x, we're going to place it with a 3 plus 1, and we get 4. So we know that g of 3 is equal to 4. Now we're going to find f of g of 3. Well, we know the value of g of 3 is 4, so we're just going to substitute that in and find f of 4. So whatever we got for our g of 3 function, that's what we evaluate in our f function. So f of 4, our f function is x squared, so we're just going to substitute in a 4 and square it, and we get 16. So f of g of 3 has an end value of positive 16. All right, so now we can take a look at what if we're not evaluating for a specific value of x, but just for an x. So how would we define or write the rule for f of g of x? So we're going to follow the same process that we just did. Start on the inside with our g of x function. Well, they told us g of x is equal to x plus 1. So f of g of x is equal to f of our g function, which is x plus 1. And then f of x plus 1 is, you're going to take the x plus 1 and substitute that into the f function. The f function is x squared, so we're going to have an x plus 1 squared. And we're going to simplify that. Now, because this is a binomial with addition in here, we don't just bring our exponent in. You will get the wrong answer. We have to remember, if you're squaring something, binomials, that means you multiply it by itself. So when we multiply this out, we get x squared plus x plus 1. Simplify, combine your like terms, leaves us with x squared plus 2x plus 1. So f of g of x is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 1. That's our rule for f of g of x.